very generous that I think you've allowed yourselves to come along today and participate in what is essentially an experiment. So I wanted to thank you all for that. Also, to have this conversation, I think, between people with different practices, intellectual practices, historical practices, cultural practices, and artistic practices, and to try and bring some kind of conversation together. So
we are very dedicated, to investigate dramaturgy, which we feel is very significant, especially in the American theater, and the continuation of our Japanese playwright project, where you once were part of many years ago, and I think to find out what's real and what's not real is an old question in theater, and the mimesis, the imitation of everything is truly a question that every generation will ask anew. And I think the Brecht's idea, Brecht said new times need new forms of theater, and I think we should all investigate what it will be. Who knows what it will be? But I thought this was a little piece of the puzzle to find out what is that really what is really contemporary. What couldn't have been done 5, 10, or 20 years ago?
The anime Ghost in the Shell, if you've seen it, and I'm quoting him here: "Automata karakuri ningyo were originally separate from puppets, used only in stage machinery or in robot dolls that performed between acts. But the machinery eventually found its way into the bodies of the puppets. The gradual internalization of technology is the central trope of the cyborg and the key step in blurring the lines between bodies and tools, or humans and machines." Now I have to correct one thing, that these puppets weren't just used in entr'actes in some of these plays, but they were incorporated dramatically throughout the performances. But just how that was done, the technology of it has been lost. This is what the back of one of these things looks like, and it looks like a circuit board, right? All these guys, they're pulling these strings to manipulate the puppet.
It's sliding, but now these robots are coming into the reality, and this android the same type of the one used in Hirata's Android Theater, which Cody was talking about yesterday.
Wow.
Look at the branding.
This is Takashimaya, the department store?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what does she do?
My grandfather is Giacometti model,
Oh.
Isaku Yanihara. So in the Ohara Museum, so I just asking owner, so can I touch for the Giacometti? Because before I didn't touch the Giacometti. So I just like this. He said, okay, try. Like Giacometti sculpture, I just touched like and like this.
And one of the things that was really important to us was really about taking a live body, a performer, and enmeshing them as much as we could in some technology, so that it was about really like, in as much as you can on stage, about staging that experience of having the other body. So
I mean, what is a robot? What does it look like? And like, why do we care what it looks like? And
the real person, and then it's film, and then it's kind of Hollywood-y,
right.
And it's really, they're radically different.
So, a robot, at least on stage, it creates a different relationship with the audience. In other words, there's always this not and not. Not a person, but kind of not a person.
Means I feel when I see the robot on the stage, I feel the lack of the body. So and also video is too, and the technology have no body. So I feel, but when I saw the stage, I want to feel body.